We've got not a whole lot to spray out here and a lot of ground to cover, so we'll be marching through fairly quickly. But if there's any questions about something that you're about to spray, definitely ask. We've got all of our botanical assistants out here, so Andrew and Taylor and Ryan. You can also ask Nick or Spencer, just ask a lot of questions. This is a really great opportunity to start learning some of our prairie species. As far as targets today, so everybody's got the grass selective. Everybody is going to be going after, this is our main one, meadow foxtail. The biggest look-alike for this one is going to be our native water foxtail. So you can see the seed heads, they're all out right now, they're fairly similar. This one's going to grow fairly erect though. This one sprawls out on the ground. So you can kind of see a lot of these seed heads are on jointed stems. They kind of grow out and then up.
First off, welcome to Ash Creek. We are so glad you are joining our team. This video will cover basic herbicide mixing and application techniques and conduct. If you have any questions at any time, please pause the video and ask. You are also welcome to wait until the end of the video for your questions to be answered. It is also important to note that in the field, you will always have a certified pesticide applicator with you during any spray activities. If you ever have questions while making an application, please stop what you are doing and ask a certified applicator immediately. There are 2 herbicides at Ash Creek that are commonly used. It is extremely likely that you will be using one of the 2 chemicals every time you make an herbicide application at Ash Creek. The 2 chemicals are glyphosate and triclopyr. Each herbicide has a different weed type it can affect. Glyphosate is considered a non-selective herbicide, which means it can be used to kill both broadleaf weeds and grasses. Triclopyr is a broadleaf selective. We commonly use it for targets like Himalayan blackberry and thistles. The project ecologist, with their knowledge and input from clients, will determine which herbicide will be applied to the ground. For any chemical application you will perform, you must wear the proper PPE, or personal protective equipment. Each herbicide has its own requirements of PPE depending on the hazards that have been determined by the EPA. Our required PPE meets or exceeds the label's required PPE for all of the chemicals we use. Our required PPE includes plastic gloves greater than 14 mil, a long sleeve shirt, long pants, a hard hat, rubber boots, safety glasses with temple protection, and a face shield depending. The face shield is only used for mixing concentrate herbicide. We will expand on that in just a moment. Please note that you are required to provide your own long sleeve shirt, long pants, and boots. Ash Creek will provide the rest. While we are on the subject of boots, if you choose to use rubber boots, they may need to be cut-proof rubber. Some of our herbicide application methods include the use of hand or power tools. OSHA requires that when using cutting equipment, you must use cut-proof work boots. Everyone at Ash Creek has different preferences when it comes to choosing footwear. Some people prefer rubber boots because they're easy to wash off and the herbicide dye is easy to clean off. Others, however, prefer leather work boots which stabilize their feet and ankles. Ultimately, it's up to you. After you have donned all of your PPE for the day, the next step will be to create the chemical mixture, more commonly known as a prescription. It is important to know the proper prescription for the day before you mix. Your crew leaders and any certified pesticide applicators on the crew will know this information. When making a chemical mixture, please note that the chemicals need to be mixed in a specific order. If they aren't, the molecules can bind incorrectly and create an ineffective mixture. We add more than just herbicide to the backpacks. We also add adjuvants and dye. Adjuvants, in short, make the herbicide perform better. It can do this in a variety of ways, such as increasing surface tension or increasing the uptake performance. The dye we add serves 2 different purposes. It allows the others to see where you have sprayed, and it allows to see if you have any herbicide on your clothes or on your skin. Next is mixing the prescription of the herbicide. If you are mixing with concentrate triclopyr, please note that you must use a face shield in addition to your safety glasses. First, you will fill the backpack sprayers up with water. Next come the herbicides. Do note if you are using triclopyr, you must add this first. You can then add any other herbicides, followed by any surfactants you are using. Surfactants sometimes will be added before the herbicide. The last thing you'll add is the dye. Be aware that the blue dye is very concentrated. Please try your best not to leak even a little concentrate down the side of the container, as it will dissipate and cause a large mess quickly. After you have put the herbicides and chemicals into the backpack, put on the cap. Give the backpack a couple good shakes to mix up the chemical and give you a chance to verify the seal is tight and there aren't any leaks near the cap. If there aren't any leaks, put on your pack and use the pump a few times to make sure the hose isn't leaking. If you notice any leaks above the base of the handle at any point, you will need to perform a field repair and replace any missing or broken parts. This repair and maintenance can be learned from the equipment operator, crew leader, or assistants in the field. Be sure not to overpressurize the pack. At any breaking point in the day, be sure to wash your hands with soap and water. This includes eating, drinking, or smoke breaks. At the end of the day, you will empty all leftover contents into reusable chemical containers called mules. These containers are used to hold chemical concentrate and are the recommended method of storing excess mixed chemical by the ODA and OSHA. Please make sure that you are only putting one type of mixture into the mule. These mules should be labeled with the correct concentration of the chemical to water. Erase any old prescriptions by using a rag with rubbing alcohol. You also need to include the proper cautionary language with the chemicals present. If you are using Garlon 3A, the cautionary word is danger. If you are using rodeo, you need to include the word caution. Always choose the cautionary word that is greater. This cautionary language can be found on the first page of the herbicide label. Make sure that your backpack has been fully emptied of chemical. This will help avoid contamination of future mixes. Be sure to empty the wand. The easiest way to do this is to remove the tip. You can ask your equipment operator how to do this. You will also want to put a glove over the tip of the wand so that no accidental sprays happen in transportation or storage. Additional gloves may be disposed of as you will need a fresh pair the next day. Once everything is properly labeled and stored, all employees must wash their hands before going home. There are several different water sources in our spray trailers. We have a 150 or 300 gallon cube of water, which is used for herbicide mixing. There's the eye wash station, which if needed can provide 20 continuous minutes of eye wash. A drinking water container and a hand washing station are also available. We ask that you keep each source separate if at all possible. In an emergency situation, do know that the cube, hand washing, and drinking water all come from the same source. If you ever get glyphosate in your eyes, please use an eye wash station for 15 to 20 minutes as the label indicates. However, if you get triclopyr in your eyes, we ask that you wash your eyes for 30 minutes, even though that the label only requires 15. This is because triclopyr can cause irreversible eye damage if it gets into your eye. This is also why we ask you to wear the face shield for mixing concentrate triclopyr. If you ever get herbicide on your skin, wash it off immediately with soap and water. It is also helpful to bring an extra set of clothes in case you need to change out of contaminated clothes. If you accidentally ingest herbicides, please don't induce vomiting. It is corrosive going down, and we don't want it to be corrosive coming back without the supervision of a medical professional. Please drink at least 8 ounces of water or milk if you have it available, and call emergency services immediately. It is also important that you call poison control and have someone bring you to a medical facility immediately. At the beginning of the day, your crew leader or project ecologist will go over what weeds you will be targeting that day. Please pay careful attention as there are frequently native plant lookalikes. We display signage at all entrances of locations we're spraying at to prevent pedestrians and dog walkers from getting contaminated with herbicide. If you're ever spraying in a popular park or along a pathway, please be mindful of the pedestrians and stop spraying until they are a safe distance away. If you're ever approached by someone with concern about the chemicals we're using, please direct them to your crew leader, as they will be able to answer any questions the concerned person has. We generally spray during the dry season, so please be sure to hydrate frequently. Just remember to wash your hands before doing so. Once again, welcome to Ash Creek.